I
know.
can't do needles
I
though.
mean, just imagine Astro Boy like coming up like just on your chest, so it looks like he's just like coming out of your pants. That would be sweet. He's like,
I don't even know.
what are we talking about today, Dave?
Today, we're talking about Astro Boy.
Astro Boy. Really?
All right. So I got a new Astro Boy toy. I actually got it for my daughter, but
Astro Boy toy.
Astro Boy toy. But the nice thing is she's out in California, so all of her fun stuff stays here with us.
Does she
So
know you? She has it,
yeah, she did. She did see this. But I thought I
and
would.
it's not a Garfield Astro Boy.
No, I thought I would bring my little Astro Boy collection. I've got a couple of goodies here. I got this at DesignerCon, but I haven't opened it yet because I'm like, man, it's like, I don't know. I really like it. Do you remember this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the little figures.
Yeah.
So I got that. Now Astro Boy is a comic, or yeah, it started kind of as a comic back in the 50s, like 1952, and a lot of people don't realize it's that old.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was done by the illustrator Osamu Tezuka. He's I consider the godfather of manga
Manga?
or manga. How would Christian say it?
Manga.
Yeah, then it's
I
manga.
mean, I prefer
Because
OT.
because in
call
in
like
Japanese, like the alphabet, it's like mami mume mo kaki kuke ko haki huhe ho. Like I took a little bit of Japanese. I am not good at it at all, but
good thing Coco
yeah.
is fluent.
In fact, my wife Coco, growing up in Japan, watched this as a little girl. She says she remembers waking up like Saturday morning cartoons watching Astro Boy.
She's an old lady like me, anyway.
Yeah, in fact, she always calls him Atom Boy. Like whenever we talk, she's like, "Oh yeah, Atom Boy." And I guess when he first illustrated it, he called him Mighty Atom. It was like one of the first characters that he was named. So that is Astro Boy as we know him today. And at DesignerCon, there was a lot of Astro Boy stuff this year, or this
Tons.
past year,
Tons of them.
and really cool stuff like huge statues. And I remember Christian was kind of drooling over some of them. I was too. I was like, man, that thing is really nice. But
I mean, I've always liked Astro Boy, but I mean, I've only watched a few. I mean, I think when I was little in the Philippines, it was on, and we
yeah.
would watch it every once in a while. But
Well, did you see the new movie, the animated movie that came out? I don't know, maybe. Sheesh, I don't even remember.
mm,
It was a couple years ago, maybe 6 years ago. It was pretty good. It was decent.
did you and Coco go see it?
No, she didn't care.
Coco.
But this little toy is pretty sweet because there's. I took the batteries out because I didn't want it to kind of corrode. But if you push this little button right here on the back, dink, it opens up and his heart's in there. And if you push the little button, it goes. But I don't have any batteries in there.
Well,
Yeah,
nice. Did you
and
get that, John? Look at that heart.
I think he was doing it, and now we picked it up. And then look at this. If you push these little buttons on the back here, his little rocket blasters come out, and he can fly. And then this fist comes off, and it's kind of like a little cannon in there. So when it does have batteries, that also lights up.
Does it shoot off?
No, it doesn't shoot off. It's a plug system. So I got this in Japan. My first trip to Japan. Me and Coco weren't even married yet. We were still dating. So that was like 2019, something like that. I got him my first trip to Japan.
Is that when you met the parents, the
I
family,
did meet the family the first time there. Yep.
and they didn't like you?
Oh, they loved me. In fact,
Look at John doesn't even believe that.
no, 2019, 2000, no, 1999. Yikes! Oh man, it's a long time ago. 1999. We were married in 2000, so maybe it was,
Wow.
yeah. In fact, okay, so my first trip to Japan, I brought my mother-in-law the snake in a can, but it's the nuts.
You are the worst. Why? I don't understand why
and so
Coco married
and
you.
so the Japanese culture is very, very gift focused. Like if you meet somebody or like, so I was like, I told her mother-in-law Yoshiko, I said, a gift from my family, and she's like, oh, thank you so much, and she's very like over the top, like so appreciative, and I was like, please let me record while, and I had like a little
You
uh
are the worst.
little Sony sure shot kind of thing, one of those little digital cameras, and so she's like, oh, thank you, and she's opening it, and then bah, the snake pops out, and she like flies back. She loved me from day one. I mean, right there, it was like. In
I
fact, we took that. It was like around New Year. It's like their New Year is like all the family gets together. So her mom took it to her to my wife's grandma's house, or her mom's house, and all the uncles were there. There was probably like 40 people, and every time an uncle came, they were like, "Oh, oh, gift from America! Oh, thank you! Oh, oh. Ah!" I was like, she used that thing all day long. It was amazing. And then another thing, if you've ever been to Japan, the subway station or the trains, like nobody talks. Everybody is super polite. Is like super kind. If a old lady gets on the train or the bus, like people get up and like it's just like it's insane, and it's like spotless. It's super clean. So I brought those Billy Bob teeth,
oh,
and I was like with her sister, and I like slipped them in, and I was like, "Hey, how's it going? What's going?" And her sister was like, "No, no, no, no." I was like, "What? What happened?" And the Japanese people, they're so like they'd look up and they'd be like, and they would just look at, like they would not make eye contact because they didn't want to be rude.
this is why
This is
people in
why
other countries hate Americans.
I was just having a good time. They loved it.
Everybody can thank Dave. I will say, and this, has nothing to do with Astro Boy and everything to do with Coco. And I'll be quick. But I met this woman, completely random, on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean, who knew Dave. And she was like, we were talking about
Well, I know where you're going with
how
this.
nice Coco was.
Do you want me to tell this story?
Nope, I'm going to tell it.
You don't know it though. You weren't there.
No, she told me.
No, it's
You can correct me, but I'm just going to give the summary.
okay.
So people know how nice Coco is, and they can also question.
No, I think
why
I should
did
tell the story
Coco-
because I can give the backstory.
Why did Coco marry
I'm going to
Dave?
tell the story because you brought this up already in one of our other episodes.
I did?
You did.
Did
Oh,
I?
maybe it was afterwards we were
I
talking
think it
about.
was afterwards.
Okay, so
This is the worst. The worst.
okay, so my wife being from Japan, she came to the States when she was 25. So she wasn't here for a long time, and so they're very respectful, especially of elders. And so I told my wife, I said, "Hey, when you meet my mom and dad," and this was graduation. So my mom and dad are out in the California area. They've never met Coco. They're flying all the way to Florida to meet my wife. This is their first time. Like we're already, we're engaged or close to being engaged. And so I said, in America, there's a custom when you meet my parents, we say, pull my finger. So she's like, okay, okay. So this is like first time we're all dressed. My mom and dad are like, dad's in a suit, mom's got this nice dress. First time to meet my mom and dad, and we like meet and hey, and I said, and she's like, pull my finger. And my dad was like, what in the world? I just remember my dad saying, Coco, don't believe a word he ever tells you ever again.
Never.
The funny thing is everyone was laughing about it, but nobody actually told her what it meant because everyone was like, "Oh my word, Dave! I can't believe you did that." So if you were to ask Coco, she'd be like, 10 years later, it was probably me going like, "Pull my finger," and like, you know what happens. And she was like, "Ah, that's what it is."
We're gonna have Coco on one time just so you can see
Look,
how nice
she is.
Coco
Oh,
is.
she is amazing. She is so good. But anyway, okay, back to Japan. So that all ties
All
in.
right. Anyway, we're talking about Astro
Oh,
Boy
and then I found this guy.
at a yard sale.
I think I found him at a yard sale because
Isn't that the same thing?
no, it is not. This thing is like way cool. This has all like little doors open and like there's arms open, things shoot out. It's a lot bigger as well. So I found this at a yard sale. Oh, man, been in my closet forever. Um, but yeah, it's quite a bit bigger and does all kinds of stuff. The batteries are dead in that one too, but yeah. So I got a pretty cool little collection of Astro Boy. I've always really enjoyed Astro Boy. Um, there's some really good like synopsises of Astro Boy. If you want to watch it on YouTube, you can go find it. But here's the new toy that I wanted to show you. This thing is really cool.
Hold on, I'm doing this for John.
He's just walking around. All right, so this is by Curiosity Art, and um, have you seen this series?
No, I don't think.
Liquid Modernity,
Modernity.
Modernity.
Oh,
I don't know.
modernity.
They do a whole line of these things, and I bought this for my daughter as a gift because we also like Astro Boy. But look at this thing. Pull this out. Set this aside.
That's cool.
How cool is that? Check that out. And it comes with like a little collector card along with it. And they do this kind of like liquefied characters, and they have a larger head and a smaller head, and they do a whole bunch of different figures.
Reminds me a little of Wizard Skull
Yeah, some of his
things.
illustrations for sure. So yeah, when I saw this, it was one of those, it's kind of like I'm scrolling through Instagram and I get a lot of toy feeds, and this came up as a pre-order, so I went ahead and pre-ordered it, and when it came in, I was like, man, that thing is really, really cool. So yeah, I think this is limited edition. This is number 4 out of 399. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I wonder if that means you were the fourth one to buy
yeah,
it, or if you
fourth one
just
to
got it
click on
random.
it. I don't know,
You were quick.
but yeah, it's been up on Mika's shelf for a little bit.
Oh, it's been on it. Huh?
Yeah.
Never even.
Yeah, I got it a while ago, but I've never shown it off. So I thought, oh, this would be a fun episode to show off this new toy that we got. Not too long ago. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So
Might have to watch some Astro Boy.
yeah, actually, the story is a little bit deeper than you would think it would be.
Didn't the scientist kid die or something?
Yeah,
He made.
yeah. So I think his name is Doctor Tenma, Tama, Tenema, something like that. His son passed away. In the States, they call him Toby. I think it's Tobio, something like that. I don't know it super well. I never really had it growing up, but I think there's quite a bit of episodes on YouTube that you can watch. But yeah, his son died, and so he made this robot. But then Professor O'Shea, kind of, he's the one with the big nose and kind of the lab coat. He's the one that kind of raises him and teaches him to do right, and so he's a good guy. Made by
Kind
a
of like the
bad guy.
Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, yeah.
Love those. Love the Powerpuff Girls.
So yeah, and then if you ever get a chance to go to Japan, there's in Akihabara, there's a lot of vintage stores, and there are so many amazing old school like 50s and 60s Astro Boy toys that are way too expensive and I can't afford.
I think we need the Toy Rats
Traveling show.
Travel to Japan show.
Hey, maybe that's better if we get 2,000 subscribers. We do that instead of the.
Oh no, no.
Come on.
Nope, still doing the tattoo.
No.
This week the tattoo will be an Astro Boy, which Dave might like.
I mean,
But,
I can't do needles though.
I mean, just imagine Astro Boy, like, coming up, like, just on your chest, so it looks like he's just, like, coming out of your pants. That would be sweet. He's like,
I don't even know.
come on, you guys are with me, I know.
All right, let's
one will be
wrap this
good.
one up.
Why do we always wrap it when we start talking about your tattoo?
I'm not doing tattoos. All right.
All right,
Take it easy, everybody. Bye.
Yep.